Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for joining me again. I think people tend to have a really hard time on being very present. And I mean that because as humans, we have this natural tendency of letting our emotions take control over how we live our lives and how we go about day to day. And especially when it comes to being present in the very moment. Most people go their whole lives and next thing you know, it's boom, wow, I just woke up and I didn't live at all. You know, some people never wake up. Some people do very early on. Some people do in their mid 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever the case scenario may be. What I think that stems from is from those moments where they were being present and they were accepting the emotions as they were coming. They let those good times, when they turn bad, halt them from being present and more so just wanting to go about life on a day-to-day aspect and just ride the wave of. I'm not one of them people, but nevertheless, what I'd like for you to use, if this is something you can categorize yourself as, is more so just like a wake-up call, because there's a lot more going on in life. And my favorite saying by Tony Robbins: people overestimate what they can do in some days, a year, but they underestimate what they can do in a decade. And that definitely stems from being present and just attacking the day as they come. You know, every morning when I pray, I just pray for strength to just be able to be willing to try more and try harder and to do more than I did the day before, and the week before, and the year before. And I know it's been working because my younger self would definitely be thanking my older self right now for all the work I've been putting in, mashallah. Now you could be in that situation, but nevertheless, that always stems back to you having a reason why you get up every day. Because if it's not for anybody else or anything, at least do it for yourself. I mean, it's time to just let go of everything that's been holding on to you, that you let give you those emotions of pity, anger, sadness, all those things. It's time to just let it go. Because like the title of this video is going to be, only fools trip on what's behind them, right? And like Master Ukwe was saying, alright, today's a gift. That's why it's called the present, right? So just live in the moment. Quit being so hard on yourself, because life's not really that bad. It's only bad when we decide to make it bad. You can have a bad day for no reason. You can also have a good day for no reason. But that also stems back to just where you sit at with yourself. Because if you don't love yourself enough, then it's more than likely you're not going to be willing to help yourself get out of these situations. It's just about, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want a better life for yourself? When it comes to finances, when it comes to love, when it comes to just everything of the sort, comfortability even. I wouldn't say complacency, because you should never be complacent. That's not what this channel is about. We stray from that. If you're not willing to take some time away from everything else and everyone and be willing to work on yourself, then unfortunately you're going to keep repeating that same cycle. It's going to be the same cycle repeated over and over and over again until you reach a breaking point. And some people reach those breaking points and it just honestly gets worse. It gets worse. But one time in your life you'll hit that point where it's no choice but to go up from there. Now if you keep making these same mistakes and you keep feeding into them thinking that this is what's going to last for you, this is what's going to happen, this is it, this is the one, jumping from this to this to this to this without breaks in between to reconcile with yourself and see what went wrong, where it went wrong, and where you could have played better, the same cycle is going to repeat over and over and over. It's not necessarily so much about not thinking about the past or not tripping on what's behind you, but more so being able to learn from it, acknowledge it, take it as it comes, use it to build yourself up, realize what you liked and didn't like about that situation when it happened, and use it the next time it shows up. Because the next time the opportunity shows up and you haven't done that, it's going to be the same repeated cycle. Unless you change that, break the chains now, so that when it does show up, you can make the choice of me, you, ultimately, right? And what you like and disliked about it, so that you can see red flags right away, instead of just blindly letting them pass you and whatever not. Some of y'all do that, which is very wrong. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life though. I would never do that. This is just my recommendation from my life experience thus far. But however you choose to live your life is completely on you. This is just my recommendation for you because I believe life is all about learning. It took me until my early 20s of just extreme hardships, and breaking down and falling on my face and hitting rock bottom multiple times to realize I just can't avoid the work no more. I can't blame everything that's happened to me. I can only blame myself and the actions I took that led to them. But I can learn from them, especially. It took me to my early 20s to realize it's all my fault, but I have to learn from it. I have to change because I love myself and I've only got me. Because who else does? Besides God, of course. Anyways, I hope that you got a little bit better since the last time you tapped in with me. Of course, we're working on 1% every day. And I already finished Your Next 5 Moves. And one of my favorite things about this book, actually, I would recommend getting this. You can get it on Amazon for like $12. At the very end, it's got a personal audit that you can actually like fill out. And oh my gosh, it's juice and things that you can write out, and basically things you didn't know about yourself as well. And my book club this week, I already finished both of them, but it was a cup of mint tea for Ramadan going on right now. Just learning different lessons about, God and stories of the Quran. But now I'm gonna read. I just finished those. Taking a break. This week's book club is I didn't get the actual full-length book. I'm going to, but 10 minutes a day, Think and Grow Rich, a small version by Mr. Napoleon Hill himself. Recommend it for sure. I'll let you guys know next week how it goes. Well, yeah, we're gonna dive into that one. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I pray that you continue to win those battles you don't talk about. Just keep showing up for you. Just keep doing it. Like always, stay focused, my friends.